Hello the YouTubes, welcome back to No Matters Vaping, and today it's time for the vlog. Alright, so let's just jump into it. So what I'm going to do is down here in the bottom of the screen, I'm just going to put some timestamps where you can go to jump around in the vlog, and yeah, we'll just jump into it straight away. Okay, so I've just got a few notes here just to go over. Alright, so first things first is a bit of an explanation on how I want to review products and how I want my audience to view them and see them and understand how it's done. So basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to give you when you see a review up on my channel, be it say the Nomad TC 7000, my review style is simply just pulling it out of the box, showing you what it is, giving you my initial thoughts and impressions and how I like the aesthetics of the mod, how I think it looks, give you my final thoughts, then wrap it up, and then at the end of the review cycle, which is about a month, I'll go over it finally that last time to give you how it's performed and if I'm still using it. That's pretty much as basic as I can get. God, I can't even speak today. It's about as basic as I want to be able to get with it. Now, I'm always going to be quite a length of time behind everybody else because simply I go out and buy all the products myself. I don't have anybody to send me anything, so everything I'm reviewing on this channel at this time is all bought by me. Totally 100% independent. Most of the reviews that I'm probably going to do are going to be of I like the device, because I'm not going to go out and spend money on something that I know I'm not going to like just so we can go off about it, because I don't have that kind of money. There is some different ones which we'll go over in the next segment, but that's how I'm going to be reviewing. It's going to be the same with anything that I do. Maybe not so much juices, because juices, let's face it, aren't as expensive as a device or something along those lines. It's going to be a bit different, but juice reviews are going to be something that is very short, very to the point. Wow, bugs. Very short, to the point, and usually probably only going to last 3 or 4 minutes. I've done a couple of dry runs, which I'm trying to tweak a little bit, but we'll see how we go from there. Okay, state of the channel. In a month, we've had quite a decent amount of growth. I'm really happy with how my reviews are going. I'm learning every day with editing and making things. I'm not really a software person. I'm more of, I can build a computer, but I can't really get into the nitty-gritty of programs and software and stuff like that. I am learning. Please bear with me. Things are going to get a hell of a lot better. Alright, let's go for the final wrap-up of the review, shall we? Alright, lads and ladies. Final wrap-up of the reviews. Now, I do apologise if you see me looking down here. I have a bunch of notes that I'm going over. So the first review that I did, very first video, was the Smoant Cylon 218. I absolutely love this little device. It has stuck with me the entire month. There's been some days where I haven't had it with me and I've gone to other devices to get around with, but this thing has always been very close at hand. It hasn't really left my desk. It's pretty much stayed there the entire time, and I really enjoy using it. Alright, next we have the Iconic RDA. The Iconic has lived on my Lost Vape drone for the entire month. Was really happy with it when I did the review. It is a bitch to build on. I've put about 3 or 4 different builds in it. I had the Caterpillar track wire, I did an Aliens build, I did a round wire build, I've done what was the other build I did? Standard fuse Clapton, and there is another alien build in there at the moment. Really enjoying it, but unfortunately it's got to come off the device and it's going to be cleaned up, ultrasonic cleaned, put away, because I've got quite a few other drippers that I want to get to. Okay, next up was the Demon Killer Tiny Mod. Honestly, used it for the review, took it to a vape meet, put it back in its box, and it's now in the vape cabinet. I haven't really looked at it since then because it's simply just not, it's not a device for me. My reviews are very subjective towards me because I'm the one using it. I'm the one who's paid for it, and it's not something that I would use on a daily basis, not at all. The GTRS VBoy 222.
I'm going to tear it to shit.
Now, I know some people are waiting for my video on this, and it's actually here. I've got it out, I've prepped it, it's ready to go. We're actually going to use this for the rest of the review. The rest of the vlog, sorry. Now, with this device, my initial video, which is now, it's got a little bit of traction. It's well over 500 views. Now, I used it for a solid week after the review, and I put it through its paces. It was the only mod that I used for a solid week, apart from the Lost Vape drone with the dripper on it. Now, to be honest, it's safe to say that after that week, I gave it out to a couple of friends. I said, hey, look, take this, have a bit of a play with it, tell me what you think. Now,
I'm going to tear it to shit.
Let me address a few of the concerns that I went over in that video. Number one, the 510 plate on this device. It's tiny, yes. There is a reason for it, and I did not see that in the review, and I do apologize to all of the people that have viewed the video. It seemed like I was slagging off the 510 plate. I understand why they've done it. I really have. Now I'm just going to set this to my standard wattage here, which is 85 watts. Yeah, the 510 plate, I understand why they've done it that way and why it's the way it is. I still stand by the fact that I hate the ergonomics on it. Subjectively, for me, I don't like it. I really don't. This is a device for me, and for me, I don't like the way it feels in the hand. The next point that I have is the buttons. I still hate the buttons on the front. I still hate the fact that those two lights at the front aren't the same. It's like they've just taken a mulligan on it and just went, yeah, nah, we'll just slap it together. It has developed a battery rattle. I've got a tank on it at the moment. Let me just rip this off. This battery rattle is terrible. I didn't notice it, but no cuts at all. And they're standard 2700 cells. Standard 2700 cells. So atomizer back on it. 85 watts. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few pulls on this, as I normally do. How I vape normally, I tend to chain vape for a little bit and then put it down. So now what I'm going to do, every time that this mod cuts out mid-vape, I'm going to put my finger up. Now I don't want to cloud out this room very much, because simply, you know, I can hotbox this room in minutes. It tends to cut out mid vape, and it tends to lock itself as you're going through the vape. If you vape it for more than, say, 3 seconds, it can and has auto locked itself mid vape. I had a great experience where I was driving to work, was in rush hour traffic, and I sat there and I made it fault. I made sure that I made it fault, and within the space of about 300 or 400 meters, which is about 10 minutes, I got it to fault a grand total of about 9 times. Now I gave this to an online vape shop owner here in Brisbane, and I said to him, have it for a couple of days and tell me what you think. That afternoon he brought it around back to me and said, nah, don't like it. It's horrendous. You can't use it. It's not a usable device. The only good thing about this device is the fact that it's got that Yihi chip in it. Other than that, look, this thing is going to sit here and it's going to measure resistance for me. It's all it's going to do. It's going to sit in front of my screen here and it's going to measure resistance. That's it. Alright, so let me just clear a couple of things on this screen here. Next one is the Pulse BF kit. Pulse BF kit, now I filmed the Smoan and the Iconic really early. I did them both in the same day. The Demon Killer I did a couple of days after. The GTRS V-Boy and the Pulse BF kit I did about 2 weeks before I actually put them, before I published them. Pulse BF kit, cars. Sorry, if you can hear some noise in the background, some birds chirping and stuff like that. It's midday here. It's the first time it's rained in over a week, and the birds are going absolutely apeshit. I do apologise for it. Please bear with me. So the Pulse BF kit. Now, I got a neat tip from a good friend of mine, Dave the Salford Vapor. I'm going to link him down below. He said the whistle that I was getting from the atomizer, just cut it down to one hole and you should be golden. I did that. I found that it was a little bit too restrictive for me on that device, which is quite sad, but it is what it is. I still stand by my review. I don't like the atomizer so much, but the box itself is fantastic. The only letdown is it did develop a little leak in the bottle. I've pulled it apart, cleaned it, put it back together. Didn't get any luck out of it, so I'm going to have to buy a replacement bottle for it. Now, the last two reviews that were out on the channel, the Double Barrel and the Pharaoh Mini. Double Barrel, still going strong. I never have an issue with it. It always works. The other one, the Pharaoh Mini. Now, I had it for about 3 weeks. It's been about 5 weeks now because I do my reviews and then I take a little bit of time editing them. The Pharaoh Mini has developed a bit of a vapor lock issue. Now, I think it could potentially be my wicking, but I'm not sure. I've got some other cottons coming in. I'm going to try a couple of different techniques and a couple of other different builds in it just to see if that's going to change it. Alright, now this segment is going to be called I Went on the Internet and Found This.
I went on the internet this week and I found this.
So, this segment is basically I've gone on the internet, I've had a bit of a look around, and I've found some really stupid, dumb, weird, crazy, or things that need attention. Okay, so the first thing we're going to go around is the Vape Around magazine debacle in the UK. Now, my good friend Chris Bell and another reviewer, Vaping with Vic, covered this. I'm not going to go over it too much, but basically what has happened is that Vape Around magazine did a 2-page spread on a smoking cessation device from Philip Morris, and it really looked like a 2-page ad. Both of those guys went over it. I will link their respective videos down in the description so you can go and have a look at it. Speaking on the back of that, one thing I did find was that the device that they were, let's say, promoting, the IQOS from the Philip Morris Tobacco Company, is now sponsoring Ferrari. Yep, the Ferrari F1 team is going to have the IQOS on it. As far as I understand it, it's a very small sponsorship, but it's a sponsorship Now, in Australia, tobacco companies, it's illegal for tobacco companies to sponsor teams, individual sports persons, or sporting events, or large events, or any event for that matter. I, for one, I am a motor racing fan. I won't be watching Formula 1 this year, and I will not be going for Ferrari, which sadly is the team that I've been supporting for quite a number of years. Okay, now another one. I'm actually going to read a little bit of this to you. It's over here on my computer. Now, this is from the West Australian. It's an online publication over in West Australia. And the headline reads, Vapers risk heavy fines as WA considers new vaping laws. Now, this is by a reporter called Kathy O'Leary. Obviously, she didn't really go over her grammar very much, but basically what they're saying is publicly they're going on about how bad vaping is and how much you can be fined. So let me just read you the first couple of bits. Thousands of West Australians are risking hefty fines by using nicotine electronic cigarettes as the state government moves to tighten laws that could outlaw vaping as much as smoking. Okay, so does that mean that I can go and vape at a hospital in West Australia? Because obviously you can't do that here, you get major fines. I'm in Queensland, I'm right over the other side of the country. Okay, so inquiries by the West Australian have found widespread use of liquid nicotine despite its supply and use being banned in Australia. We all know that. Under WA's Medicines and Poisons Act, people can be fined $45,000. You can literally go out and buy a brand new car for that, for possessing the product, but many users are either unaware of the laws or take the risk. About 3.1% of Australians aged 14 and over are estimated to have used vaping. I have never met a 14-year-old that vapes. And really, if you are under the age of 18 and you are vaping or smoking, you need your head read. So, now this is, I don't understand how this got through her grammar check, but anyway, flavoured lolly liquids can be used in WA despite being illegal to sell, but many vapors use nicotine. That makes no sense to me. So, let me just read this again. Flavoured lolly liquids can be used in WA despite being illegal to sell, but many vapors use nicotine. Please, proofread your shit. Nicotine being the substance that makes tobacco products addictive to help people quit smoking, but the jury remains out on their safety. They are considered harmless, but not harmless. With British agency Public Health England estimating they are 95% less dangerous than smoking. A recent Greek study found that although not risk-free e-cigarettes can substantially reduce the exposure of smokers to harmful toxins, but a bulk of evidence suggests they are not innocuous. Let's face it, we all know as vapors that there is the potential that you're not 100% away from harmful toxins. You're not. We all know that. It's not as harmful as smoking. This is a smoking cessation way, a way to stop smoking. We are reducing, we're not eliminating, we are reducing the harm done to our bodies. I'm okay with that. I'm happy to accept the risks. Things like this really shit me off. They've just gone and they've just read a couple of things on the internet and put all of their stuff together. One thing that I do find absolutely off the wall is a $45,000 fine. I don't think anyone's going to get that fine, but really, you don't need to say that. And one other thing was the Winston-Salem Journal. They had an article, E-cigs for quitting smoking, a cautious thumbs up from the American Cancer Society. Thanks, American Cancer Society. If you're getting on board, that means that over in America, things should be getting a little bit better. Okay, another one that I found on the internet was heavy metals in vapor. Suck My Mod did a video on it. I'll link that down below. And the other one was that really did the rounds, and it popped up in every single Facebook group that I'm in. And as you can tell, this is just absolutely stupid. Driving fines if you're caught vaping in your car. That was one of the taglines that I read. You're not going to get a fine for vaping in your car. You're just not. What you are going to get a fine for is if you hotbox your car as you're doing 60 k's an hour down the road. If you can't see out of your windscreen, wind down your window, blow your vapor out the side of the car. It's that simple. It really is. Just don't hotbox yourself. What's it going to achieve? Absolutely nothing. And that's it for the... I went on the internet and found this.
I went on the internet this week and I found this.
Okay, this little segment is interesting things that have caught my eye that I'd like to have a look at. And there's only a couple of things in here at the moment. The Nudge 24 and 22 by Watofo. I'd love to have a look at those. I'm going to see if I can get those in. One thing that has caught my eye that I probably can't afford for quite a while is the SX Mini T-Class and the predominantly black and a slight splash of gold G-Class. I think that'd be absolutely fantastic. And I'm going to have to go offshore for this because I can't find one here in Australia. The Aqua Fatoon Reboot RTA. I really want to get my hands on it, have a play with it, because it seems to be going right up there. I also want to have a look at the Geek Vape Zeus. I know it's a bit of an older device, but again, it's one of those little single coil jobbies that I think would be really awesome. Alright, this is going to be a one-off segment. This is something that will happen once a year, and it was my birthday haul. I actually did really well this year. So what I did was, I'm one of those people that if I see a competition pop up, I'm always going to enter it, just to see, because I don't want to have to fork out copious amounts of dollars all the time. But hey, look, I think I've been in a whole bunch of competitions. I always enter Vaping with Vic's big box giveaways, because hey, look, if someone's going to be able to give away that much stuff, that's going to be sweet. So competition wins. I actually won something for once. I know. I won a competition from a company down in Melbourne. I won a Freemax Philo mesh tank, Phobia RDA, and the Umiair VLS, Wasp Nano, and Wasp Nano RDTA. They're all going to be coming up for reviews over the next few months. But for birthday haul, let me see. I got the Dreamer mech, my very first tube mech, the Lucid RDA and t-shirt. Yep, reppin' Stan from Tenacious TX Vapes. The OG Recoil Squonk, the Recoil Rebel, the Geek Vape Blade Kit, the Vaporesso Switcher Light Edition. What else did I get? I got a whole bunch of coils. I got, now this I didn't really get for my birthday, but I got a couple of days beforehand, was the 502 RDA by J. Hayes and Ravensmoon, and the TAC 21 by Squid Industries. Now, I'm going to go over those at a later stage. All of those things, even though I got gifted them, I didn't go out and purchase them. Well, I did purchase the Dreamer mech, the Lucid RDA, but more on that later. They will be up for review, because I just simply, that's the only way I can get vape gear. Alright, so I want to give a big shout out to Stan from Tenacious TX Vapes. I contacted him via Facebook. I said to him, hey look, I really want to get a Dreamer and a Lucid. Is there any way that I can get them? Unfortunately, he couldn't post them to me directly. So I went out and had him ship them to a freight forwarder. And he did include a little piece in the kit that he sent me. I'm not going to go into particulars about it. But Stan, if you watch this, mate, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. And to be honest, even though it is what it is, it's not something I'm going to use. That's something that I'm going to put on my shelf as a reminder that if you look after the people that create and put their hard work into devices, they do appreciate it. So, alrighty, so this section, what reviews are coming up next month, which is obviously this month because I had to wait a bit. So, reviews that I've got coming up is the Squid Industries TAC 21. I've already done the unboxing and the review for it. I'm just now putting it into my rotation. The Geek Vape Blade Kit. Again, already done the unboxing, already filmed the review. The Dreamer Mech mod. The Goon 1.5. Now, all of these I have already filmed. Please be aware, I have already filmed them. I've done my initial kind of feel on it, and now I'm using them for the month to see how they go. I am going to be doing some juice reviews. I want to give a big shout out to Vape and Grind in Brisbane. Thanks guys. As you can see, I've got some 12 monkeys. You can't buy it here in Australia apart from Vape and Grind. So if you're in Brisbane or you want to get your hands on some 12 monkeys in Australia, head over to Vape and Grind's website. I will link it down below so you can go and grab some 12 monkeys, have a bit of a try. Other juice reviews that I'm going to be doing this month, I really don't know. Juice reviews, I want to try and break up the device reviews because I want to try and space out what I have, because everything that I got for my birthday, every little bit and piece that I've picked up, I want to try and space it out as much as possible. If I can't get to the Squid Industries, the Geek Vape, the Dreamer, the Goon, possibly the 502. I am going to space that out with some older products, which I'm going to bring in, like a Let's Revisit. Say, for example, let's revisit the Aromamizer Plus. They're predominantly not going to be long videos, but they're just going to be a revisit on something that I've had for quite a while that I think needs to be readdressed. Okay, now you might know a couple of my last videos, the Double Barrel and the Ferro Mini. If you go into the description, you'll see a link to another channel. Simply because I'm trying to give back to the people that have helped me out. The two channels that I'll be linking this month is Dave the Sulphur Vapor and Dino the Devil Vapor. Both UK reviewers, both fantastic people, have helped me out greatly this month. And I do appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. And each video, I'll be linking one or both channels in the description and just trying to help out as much as possible. So shout outs and thanks now. I'm going to open it up here. If you want to shout out on the vlog, please leave a comment. Hit me up on Instagram, anywhere. Give me a tweet, anything. Let me know that you want to shout out. But I am going to shout out and give great thanks to the following people. Chris Bell from Empire Vape Co. gave me a shout out on his vlog. Very much appreciated. Thank you very much. Dino the Devil Vapor for giving me a shout out. Dave the Sulphur Vapor again for giving me another shout out. Daily Vape TV. I happened to get into a After Stew live stream, and he gave me a big shout out and gave me a really big boost. So thank you very much to Nick from Daily Vape TV. And last but certainly not least, and I'm really grateful for this, Tenacious TX Vapes, for the lovely things that you sent me and just how quick you were to get it out to me. I really appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much. And that Dreamer Mech, dude, that is just straight up vape jewelry. I absolutely love it. That's it. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. We've been going for quite a while now, so I'm going to sign off. I've got a few things to get organised for the rest of the day. Once again, thank you very much. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. I'm going to have pictures and memes and whatever else scattered throughout this. Guys, hasta mañana. We'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, peace out. Bye, see you later. Cheers.